On this episode of Shakespeare News, we have the inside scoop on all things Julius Caesar. This episode we have tension between Brutus and Cassius, a shocking death, a witty poet, plots and conspiracy, followed by a possible supernatural encounter. But first off, we start the show with news on Brutus and Cassius's rivals, Antony and Octavius.
So we all know that after the death of Julius Caesar, things began to get a bit awkward between the Romans. So then we saw two main alliances form, a battle of Brutus and Cassius versus Octavius and Antony. Now it is rumored that Antony and Octavius are going to join their armies together and try to beat Cassius and Brutus. Now we haven't had total confirmation, but we'll keep you posted on the news about Octavius and Antony.
Now onto the supposed opponents, Brutus and Cassius. There seems to be lots of tension between the two. Now, as you can see from both Brutus and Cassius, they have taken to Twitter to announce their discomfort with each other.
Not long after the tweets, the two came face to face, and according to eyewitness accounts, the two started to argue with each other in public. It has been confirmed that Cassius admitted to being upset with Brutus, but not wanting to cause a big scene, the two went into Brutus's tent to work things out.
Now, the public hasn't received official news from Brutus himself. We have proof that our beloved Portia has committed suicide. People haven't seen Portia for days. And before she committed suicide, she seemed lonely and depressed. Brutus took to social media to somewhat address the matter, but didn't give full confirmation that it was indeed about his late wife. Either way, it's a tragic event, and we wish the best for Portia's family and loved ones.
Portia's death is certainly a tragedy, but so is the fact that nobody is discussing the death of Cicero. It hasn't been said exactly how Cicero died, but everyone seems to not be acknowledging his death. Rest in peace, Cicero. You will be missed.
Now on to a much happier note. Cassius and our dear friend the poet seem to have gotten into a bit of mishap. As you can see, the poet took to Twitter to explain his distaste for the fighting between whom we assume is Cassius and Brutus. Cassius seemed to get quite defensive, tweeting back at him and insulting him.
Next, we have discussion of conspiracy between Brutus and Cassius. When asked about it, they both said that it was confidential information, but we have an inside source saying that the two have disagreed on actions towards marching to Philippi. Cassius is said to not want to take action just yet, and Brutus is said to want to march as soon as possible. Nobody has made an advancement yet, but when done, we'll be the first to report about it.
Now on to our last story. A very odd one at that. Our dear friend Brutus is usually very well respected and taken seriously. But is Brutus losing his mind? Here's a tweet from Brutus claiming he's seen a ghost. How can this be true? We have two inside sources, two servants to Brutus, Lucius and Varro, who contacted us earlier to set everything straight. They said, "Clearly our master Brutus is going mad. We heard him making tons of noise one night and we went to go check up on him. There he claims he's seen a ghost and asks us if we've seen anything. Honestly, there was nothing there. The man seems to be going a little bit crazy. This so-called ghost really has Brutus worked up."
Well, there we have it. This has been Shakespeare News, reporting on all things Julius Caesar. Until next time.